Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review in Summoner's War. Today we are in Just Rune's account. Like many of the accounts that we saw on my account review content, this account owner took a lot of breaks in the middle. Apparently he came back recently. The things that he wants to know about or get opinions from me is with Arena, RTA. He also wants to know if he could do solo R5, so I could give him my opinion there. To be honest, solo R5 is a kind of gray area for me because even myself, with my leftover runes, I have trouble getting a 100% solo R5 team. In my standards, when I'm talking about solo R5, or if I think that you could do solo R5, I'm assuming that you're going to put your best runes on your team, but don't assume that you could do it by working with your leftover runes. For some people, that will be a possibility, right? If your rune depth is that great, go for it. Then you should know that you could do solo R5. But for many other people, including myself, it's kind of difficult, and it's something that we need to work on. That's also the reason why I don't offer solo R5 service. Like, I don't create a solo R5 team. I do up to a BGR5 team, but solo R5 is a total different story. It's just going to be a total account overhaul. It takes many hours, a lot of retesting. So I don't think it's the best thing to come to me for. Maybe for somebody else that is more experienced in the game and have more knowledge in simply the raid content. But going back to this account, I'm going to just assume that this account is a spender because it just makes me feel better. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoner's War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. So this is Nephthys, right? That itself is already a great LD 5. I have 3 LD 5s, and I wished that they were LD 5s that's great in RTA. But mine, they're okay. They're all 3 are mediocre. Well, the last one, Celia, it's questionable. I think a lot of people don't like her the way she is. So maybe she's weak. But the other 2, the Nigong and Alexandra, I think they're not bad. They're in the right spot. I don't think LD 5 should be like overly OP. I think they should be good, like most of the other Nat 5s in the game. And I'm happy that my other 2 Nat 5s, LD Nat 5s, are good. But this Nat 5 that you see here, right here, this LD Nat 5, she's still very good even after the nerf that we got like a year ago or a year and a half ago. But some people might question this girl on the side. Oh, is that the blue one? No guys, this is the Veronica. This is the light one. And the combo that comes from these 2 is awesome, theoretically, right? I didn't see it in gameplay, and I've heard that Veronica's win rate in RTA, it just started today. I'm pretty sure this video will be out like 3 weeks out from it started, but RTA started today, and the victory rate already is pretty bad for Veronica, so I guess it's just not as good in paper. I mean, not in good in action, but in paper it should be like a very good, awesome combo. Just seeing this, I want to assume that he's a spender, because that just makes me feel better. But it's not just from these 2. There's a couple more. I'm going to show you that in a second. But he's been playing for 1,600 days. However, like I said, this account owner took a lot of breaks, so let's just assume that he played 1,000 days or maybe 600 days. I'm still gonna like not care about that. I'm still gonna see his runes and say like, this is bad, this is good. Regular arena C2, pretty low for the OP LD Nat 5 I saw. Even without the Veronica, I think Nephthys itself is a very OP Nat 5 even in regular arena. So I do want to see a better rank than this. He's doing all the dungeons, so there's nothing to talk about there. He does have a BGR5 team. He just does not have a stable solo R5 team. So after seeing his runes, I will talk about that as well. So just from here, you see 1 Molly, you see 2 Molly, you see 3 Molly. What the f? It makes me feel better that he's a spender. Thinking that he's a spender. This guy has 3 Mollys. I mean, yeah, join a G3 Siege. You can make awesome siege defenses with these 3. Yeah, you should definitely be building all of these 3 too. And it looks like you are. Props to you. Get those skill ups. And that's all I'm gonna say. I want to stop looking at this. But he also has the Veronica, he has a Belio, and then he has Nephthys. Like I said, he has Rune. A lot of good nat forwards for arena offense or siege offense. He has the Moor, he has Molong, he has some Math. A lot of good nat 5s here as well. With like the Perna, he has a Juno. He has a lot of nat 5s. He has the Oliver. I don't know why his RTA was F3. I think he definitely could get a higher rank there as well. But we will see his towers and everything, because that could tell us something. Maybe he just does not have those towers maxed, and it's costing him. He has a whole bunch of nat 5s that are actually 5-star still. So maybe it's because, again, he's not playing as much, or he's spending. I didn't ask him, because if he says no, I'm not a spender, then I'm gonna feel really bad getting all these units without spending. And I'm not saying you can get it, but it just makes me feel better personally, and I'm pretty sure it makes a lot of you guys feel better too. At the same time, it'll make certain people not feel as great, because you guys are also probably spending a lot but not getting the units like he is. So I understand that point as well. I noticed that he has some dupes here. I wouldn't keep them. I'll definitely make them crystals, because you do want to get more of some of the units that you don't have. Like, you don't need a dupe Juno. You don't need dupes, so I would definitely grind them for crystals and try to get something better, or have a chance of you getting a new unit, because it looks like you don't have the Tiana, right? And Tiana is definitely a game changer. Oh wait, you do have the Tiana. What am I saying? So you have the Tiana, you have the Leo. Why the heck you are not in C3 and above arena? Because you have the arena defense units, and it looks like you have the arena offense units. What's happening? It just means that you don't know what to build, which is weird. You also have a dupe Douglas, which is weird, because I have videos on how to make those offenses, and I've seen, you know, the Bale. Where are you, Bale? Oh, he's a 5-star. I've seen the Bale, so that's like very good AoE damage dealer. Oh, you have the Linda, so now I've seen it. You have the Linda, so you can make that team as well. So you have all the units for a fast team and a slow team, because you have Peng back. Oh, I guess you don't have Chung Peng. Aha, you don't have Chung Peng. I see. So you have to replace the Chung Peng with something else. Probably something like, you could even use the Veronica here, right? Because this will, you know, increase their cooldown time by 2 turns each. So it's like a reset, right? I don't know how much damage this will do, but make it a damage build. I think this would be cool, right? Accuracy. Oh, and guild content. Dang it. So if this had like an attack lead or an accuracy arena lead, it would have been awesome. But I think that'll work, right? You could go Tiana, Galleon, Veronica cooldown, and then Peng back. I think that's a cool offense, right? I mean, I don't know how reliable this is, but it's worth a shot, because it doesn't look like it has a percentage on it from what I'm seeing. Yeah. Damage 20% and cooldown time. So it doesn't have a percentage, meaning that really, if you have high accuracy, most of the time you should land it. It's like a Zeros chance, okay? And due to the fact that it's a light unit, it has a higher chance of landing it, because you're not gonna glance against like Abelios and stuff. I think it'll be very, very good, to be honest. Remembering that, let's go to his runes. So I'm gonna take a look at a couple more slots, because he wants to know if he could do solo R5. So let's see how many runes you have on the raid side, and if you have like good attack. You have a lot. You definitely have a lot. Crit damage. Some have pretty good crit rate too. So solo R5, the thing is that you don't need a lot of crit rate, because most of your damage dealers are going to be getting the crit rate from the leads. So you mostly need only like 50% or 50 something percent, 52% or 56%, whatever it was that I calculated last time. So you don't really need a lot of crit rate for those damage dealers, meaning that a lot of crit is not needed in the build at all, or in the runes. So I definitely think that you could do solo R5 just from the damage perspective. I think I also saw the units. So I actually don't know why you can't do solo R5 right now, because Rage is probably the most important rune here, with Will, I guess. But I'm pretty sure you have enough Will runes too. I'm assuming you're in the same spot as I am. You have so many things runed up for other things. With your leftover runes, you can't actually get a working team. So that's probably it. Or your arena towers are just garbage. But anyways, let's go back and look at his Swift runes. So speed. He has the Nephthys, which should be on violent. But you also have the Veronica, which actually Swift build, which is optimal if you do want to use it as a first turn unit in RTA and stuff. So 24, slot 1, and then 21. This is 25 actually. If you have runes like this, you want to work on grinds because you want to start getting better slots or better sets in general. And you see that this rune is better than this already. And it's not. They're the same. 2 is better than 1, right? Because the more you could rune things on a fast set, the more you could speed tune them and have multiple variations of teams in RTA and other PvP content. Slot 3, 28. That's an awesome rune. And then a 24 drops a little. 25 and another 26. Well, it could be 27 if you get a legend grind. Awesome rune there too. 23, so weakest slot 5 right now that I see. And slot 6 is 28. Wow, you have awesome runes. Wow, this is a 30. Shoot. Yeah, so if I see runes like this on my account, I will just start running raid 24/7 until I could perfect this rune. That's how you should play the game. If you see a rune that you need to perfect, work on it. I mean, I guess it depends on the person. You could work and try to get like 10 different runes that are now usable and worth of grinding, and then go on to raid. But for me, I like to make runes usable quickly so that I can start using them right away. Because the fact that if you only find 10 runes that are usable and then work on the grinds for them to get all 10 usable at the same time, it'll just push your runes more out, and it'll take a very long time for you to actually get to the point on using those runes. And then a 22. Okay, not bad. Actually, Swift runes are not bad. Only that slot 5 was a little weak, but I think it could reach G1 just from Swift runes. I mean, you have an offense that could be fast. I think that's important. Violent. 32. Wow, what the heck? And you're doing what I love to see. You perfected the rune. Well, you don't have legend grinds right now. Actually, perfecting it is just +10/+10 or +9/+9. I know everybody wants the +10, but it's kind of a waste if you go for that extra percentage just to get the 10 when you could be perfecting another rune with that legend grind. So I think just getting over an 8 will be good enough, but I would work on legend grinds here. I love to see this, an awesome rune, top tier rune. Even I don't have a rune like this on slot 1. And then 26, so another awesome rune. This is 28. So again, I see runes like this, you work on grinds. Slot 3, 24. Okay, a lot weaker than slot 1. A lot weaker than slot 1. And then another 25 or 24. Awesome rune here too. You definitely want a higher HP percent here. I will go for the hero because it is 24, 25, so I'll do that. And then slot 4 is 24. Not bad. Then slot 5, 24, 25, another 25 right here. This could go for defense if you want to make it all grindable. And then slot 6 is 27. So that slot 1 is just crazy good. And the other slots are around the same level actually. I don't see a particularly weak slot. I mean, every other slot is weak compared to the slot 1, but this is only 1 rune. But everything else seems around the same level, so I would say that your Swift runes are weaker than your Violent runes because of that one slot that's really slow compared to the others. And then Will, slot 1, 25, then 21. Slot 3, 25, and then 26 or 25, if you want to say it. And then slot 4, 16. So Will Rune, slot 6 rune is really weak. I am hoping you are going for a slot 4 Will Rune for your event rune. Slot 5, 25. Okay. And then slot 6 is also weak. Okay, so you have a choice. Obviously, the other rune I think will be a Violent. Like if you want to really speed chase, you could go for a Swift set, but I think the best sets is going to be Violent and Will. And both slots, 4 and 6, is a very good candidate. So if I don't see a Will set on your event rune page, I'm going to be very disappointed. But your Will runes are very weak as well. I think Violent is the strongest because all the slots are relatively strong, around the same level. Swift is the next strongest because it only has 1 slot that is weak compared to everything else. And then Will is the weakest because it has 2 slots that are really weak compared to everything else. And when I say everything else, it's around the 20, 24, 25 speed range. The others were at like 20 or less than 20, right? So I think that's pretty straightforward. Let's look at his event page because this is going to tell me something like how much you farm and stuff. Okay, you're not farming a lot, and you have a lot of available points. It kind of scares me. Tells me that you already chose your runes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where the heck is your will rune? And what are these runes that you chose? I mean, at least you got the plus 18. I mean, who knows? Maybe he believed in the myth that, you know, Reddit posts all, you know, had like the quadrills on the crappy runes, like a flat rune. Maybe he went for that, but oh my, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm already disappointed on this account. It was very clear on which slot was very weak. Will runes are so weak, extremely weak, and he didn't choose it. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Oh my, you got an enchanting blade? Come on, you had so much time. What are you doing? Okay, at least you took this. I really want to know what he took for all of these. But even this right now shows me that, I mean, it doesn't make me optimistic. Just get this out of my face. I'm sorry, but I don't want to see that anymore. Let's just go straight to his arena. Before we even talk about his arena defense, let's look at his towers. Buy your freaking Devilmons. People, if you guys watch my account reviews, and if you guys are not buying your Devilmons, you are falling more and more behind. You can't come into my videos or come to me and say that you want to improve in the game. Can you do my account review when you're not doing the basics of basics? Buy your Devilmons every week. If there is a 10 commandments for Summoners War, is to buy this every week, please. After I saw the event, I'm getting stressed. After I saw the event runes. Okay, the buildings. Oh, okay. So I see why he can't do a solo R5. Don't try to do solo R5 right now. Focus on getting these two done. This one and this one right here. Because, you know, the tanking is really important. But at least you got most of the other stuff done. And the only ones that you don't have done is like the light and dark elementals, which you should work on because you have Nephthys and then you have the Veronica and then the water one as well. But these two not being powered up is pretty big, and I think that is the main reason you're not getting a working solo R5 team. If I do want to run a defense, Molly and I think Abilio are pretty straightforward choices. You can go a fast defense because you do have a pretty fast swift set, I guess, in your level for C2. I mean, not crazy fast, but I mean, it is contestable. If you want to start using the Veronica, I don't know how good her AI is though. So what are the chances, or how many times does she derp and not use this? That's the thing, right? So if you want to have a more, I guess, consistent defense, I think this is the type I'll go, the tanky one. And you do have great violent runes as well, so going a tank defense is actually not that bad. I hope that you have a Darien, a 2A Darien. You don't. So I'll 2A Darien right here. Or you could just put in the Triana, which is also pretty good. Damn, it's kind of pisses me off seeing 3 mollies right there. Yeah, you could put in the Triana, and then here you'll put in a great HP lead if you have one, and I hope you do. Just notice you don't have the Cardinal, so yeah, so those are the reasons why you want to get your blessings rather than building dupes. Do you have your Cardinal here? No. Do you have your Wind Monkey here? No. You have Dominique. Dominique is really strong right now. You should build a Dominique. Or is Dominique a dupe too? No, Dominique is not a dupe. Okay. You don't have a great HP lead. Maybe that's why you're running the Molong. If you had a better one, you wouldn't be running this. This is more of a stall defense, to be honest. It's not going to be as good. The best is the Cardinal. Or a Wind Monkey. So knowing that you don't have that, maybe going a double stripper kind of defense is good too, because you do have Nephthys, right? So this type of defense looks actually pretty scary as well. What do you guys think? I think this type of defense looks pretty scary as well. Man, I think this defense will work too. It's up to you, but this might be worth a shot. This actually might be worth a shot. I think it'll work. Oh man, me getting exciting on this account when it disappointed me so much. But yeah, try it out. It could work. Let's look at arena offense. Okay, so are you running any second turn teams? You, man. Do you actually watch my videos? I actually want to know if you watch my videos. Because so the variation of team that I'm talking about is, instead of that, you'll put in this. I guess you have to take this lead, which is fine, which is totally fine. it means that you could give your Peng Bek 86% crit rate and focus more on damage. But the turn order will be Tiana, Galleon, Veronica, because I know that that does damage. Skill 3 does damage too. And because there is nothing to remove, you're all focusing on that cooldown reset. So you go that, and then the Peng Bek cleans up. I think it'll be an extremely valid offense, so I think you should try it out. And obviously the other one, I can't advocate it more. Probably be a second turn team with the Leo. So you have Leo, you don't have the Delphoy. I mean, that's what I kind of assumed, because you're not even building all your Nat 5s. What is the point of building a Delphoy, right? Oh, there it is. So there's a Delphoy. So actually, let me make this defenses here. So it'll be this type of team. You'll need another Galleon, and you could change this damage dealer for the Linda, because you do have the Linda. Linda is very good. Or you could just try it out with the Bale, because Bale is still very awesome. Yeah, and if you want a speed defense, I think I would make one with the Nephthys, with the Tiana, or the Veronica. If you think that her strip reset is working, this could be valid too. There's no attack bar boost, so I think Tiana is overall better. Base speed wise, you know, this is obviously better, the Veronica, but the attack bar boost is no joke. It makes your AD easier to rune, so I'll do that, plus the Galleon, and then a Akmir, because Akmir does more damage from the debuffs, right? Okay, that's it for Arena, but obviously the first thing is to get your towers done, so I hope you know that. Now, like World Arena, and if you want to do World Arena, those HP and defense towers are just more important. You have so many teams you could run, but I would start, due to the fact that you have the units, I would start building a team around the Veronica and Nephthys, more than Nephthys part. So if you want to do that, I think you want to have strippers, right? So Tiana could be a good stripper, but you know, due to base speed, it won't be a ideal candidate for you to bring out if the other opponent is bringing out a speed fight. So definitely will ruin up the Triton. More is definitely a good one too. More Nephthys is probably a very good first two picks, or you could hold off on the Nephthys for later picks, for a later pick, because you don't want to get countered, because there are a few counters that are good against Nephthys, such as the Juno. More is probably like a number 1 unit for your team, just by the fact that it has a strip plus a speed lead. Nephthys has all the control for the speed lead. And then you'll probably want to go with the Veronica, because I do think the reset is still a very strong skill. And then from there you could go for like Savannah, or if you need another speed lead, you could go with the Samat. If you need to really contest speed, you could go with the Triton, and just bring in additional damage from like follow-ups with the Belenus, right? Because you ideally want to go like 2 speed leads, 2 strippers, and then damage and stuff. So that's the type of team I'll run, and I would focus on that, even if you think that's not the team. Well, sorry, if you don't think that's the team, you could do something else. But when I see these units, I kind of want to play with it, and I know that you have a certain rune quality, which I believe you could reach easily C2 in RTA. Assuming that you get your towers done, I will play around with that team, because you have OP Nat 5s to do that. Yeah, but that's a very short version. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything else that if there's anything here that I talked about and you guys don't agree with it, please put a comment below. Let me know. I would love to know your thoughts, and I'm pretty sure the account owner would love to know your thoughts as well. What did you guys think of this account? If you're the account owner, would you be taking a break? If this was my account, I will be grinding all day. I mean, I will spend a little just to get the crystals, because he only had 100 and something crystals. But I would be grinding all day just to get the runes, because this account is stacked. Unit-wise is stacked. The current rune quality isn't also that bad. So first I will work on finishing the towers, then I'll work on getting my BGR5 team or solo R5 team and perfect those runes, the OP runes that I currently have, and then go from there into the PvP side. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, because that really helps, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.